Good morning. I am Juana Balilo. I am a student of the University of the Philippines, Open University. I am here to present to you the concept of gender and society. My first topic would be gender identity. These are some of the words and phrases that are related to gender identity. Gender. It is the social aspect of being male or a female. It is the behavior that is compatible with the cultural expectations in a society. It is how the world expects a male or a female to behave. Next is biological sex. It refers to the objectively measurable organs, hormones, and chromosomes. It is the sex typically assigned at birth by the person who delivered the baby. It is the physiological and the biological traits of the person. Vagina and ovaries for female, penis and testes for male, and for the intersex, they both manifest the organs of female and the male. For the intersex, the doctor or the midwife decides what sex, they decide what would be the baby's sex. So kasi intersex siya, so if the doctor decides na male siya. Pag the doctor decides female siya. So yung doctor ang magde-decide mismo. My next phrase is gender identity. Sorry. It is the way that a person chooses on how he or she is labeled. It is how you choose for yourself. If you are a woman, a man, or a gender queer. So that's gender identity. Next is gender expression. It is how you demonstrate your gender based on traditional gender roles through the ways you act, dress, behave, and interact. So, are you effeminate? Do you wear skirts and wear lipsticks so you're under the feminine side? Well, do you have strong muscles or do you want to have strong muscles so you'll be on the masculine side? And androgynous in between the feminine and the masculine side. So next would be sexual orientation. It is the enduring sexual attraction for female partners and male partners. So if you're heterosexual, you are attracted to the opposite sex. And if you're homosexual, you're attracted to the same sex. And bisexual, you're attracted to both male and female. To clarify the concept more, I will use myself. So, I identify myself as a woman. And my heart belongs to a man. So, I'm a female. I am heterosexual because it's the opposite sex. I have the female organs only, so I'm female. And though I am handy at the house, I fix things and other things. I still wear women's clothing, so I'm mostly on the feminine side. There are many words that are identified. As you can see, there are words in between the categories. And these are the the popular words we use for the in-betweens. The LGBTQQ. So, lesbian refers to a female who is attracted to a female. Gay is a male person who is attracted to another male. Bisexual is a person who is attracted to both male and female. Transgender. Actually, transgender is an umbrella term used to refer to a person whose gender identity is not in conformity with their sex. Queer is the slang used for lesbians and gays. Questioning. Also, there is questioning, no? We're familiar with LGBTQ only. So, questioning is a person who is still exploring on how he or she will label himself or herself. Some words have very negative histories and connotations, so we can just assume that any brand we use to a person is okay. So let's go to the topic deeper para mas maintindihan natin kung bakit nagkaroon ng mga ganyan-ganyang mga tawag sa mga in-betweens. So each society has its own gender scripts for masculinity and femininity. Like in our society, we have certain traits na we refer to as feminine traits and masculine traits. Na ang babae kailangan nakapalda, yung lalaki kailangan naka-pants. Parang gano'n. Meron na tayong certain rules. Ito ang mukhang babae, ito ang mukhang lalaki. Pati color. So this is a picture of Jong Mi-yoon. She is a South Korean photographer. This is her daughter. Parang she realized that her daughter loves only pink things. So that is why she started the project, the Pink and Blue Project. She realized that our cultural influence and pervasive marketing actually resulted this, that pink is for blue. Pink is for girls and blue is for boys. Parents have a major role in the gender socialization process of a child. Starting from the gender reveal, the parents started influencing the gender socialization of the child already. So this is a photo sent to the guest of a gender reveal party. As you can see, the clothes for the little man is blue and has a tie, while the little lady is pink and has a frilly skirt. So as soon as the parents know the gender of the baby, the influence on this child is starting already. Like if parents who will have boys will buy blue things for boys and blue clothes and will decorate the nursery with sports gear or animals or things like that, mga tingin natin for boys. Tapos if the parents naman will have girls for a baby, will have a girl for a baby, so the parent will buy pink things and pink clothes and decorate the nursery with unicorns, flowers. So, yun na nag-start na yung yung parang implied na sinasabi natin sa baby na dapat dolls ang gusto mo, o kaya kapag lalaki ka dapat ball naman ang gusto mo. Okay, parents are not the only agents, of course, in the gender socialization process. There is family, peers, religion, government, media, work, ethnic background, clubs, social groups, and school. So lahat yan, meron kanya-kanya tayong yung mga definition na kung ano yung girl and yung boy. Lahat yan ay may influence sa isang bata or sa isang tao. According to a study, as early as 2 years old, children knows about gender roles in their society already, as early as 2 years old. So these are screenshots of an interview to the children regarding gender roles. This little boy is pointing on the Barbie because he was asked who likes to clean the house and take care of the baby. So this little girl was asked who likes to go to work. So as early as 2 years old, alam nila na, pag lalaki, ito yung pupunta sa work, pag babae, ito yung mag-aalaga sa baby. As people affix certain qualities to the gender roles, a hierarchy of masculinity traits and femininity traits are developed. With the hierarchy, yung alin yung mga traits na mas acceptable, kung yung sa masculine traits ba or yung feminine traits ba. So this hierarchy sometimes led to confusion and discrimination. So this is my next topic about the sexual identity politics and intersectionality of identity. So this is Bob. He is a triangle and he is also stripes. People do not like Bob because he's a triangle and stripes. Fortunately, there are groups who are advocating to liberate the triangles and the stripes. But Bob is a triangle and a stripe. So Bob is confused. And these groups can help Bob because he's not just a triangle and he's not just a stripes. So that's where intersectionality came. Dito papasok yung intersectionality. It's the belief that oppressions are interlinked and cannot be solved alone. This is a famous photo of Rosa Parks, if you're familiar with Rosa Parks. This is when the coloreds and whites are segregated in the United States. So she was jailed because she refused to give her seat to the white man. So like Bob, Rosa is identifiable to two discriminated group. Rosa is a black person and she is a woman. So there are groups advocating for the woman and there are groups advocating for the black people. But since Rosa is a black woman, there are distinct set of experiences that only black women experience na different from white woman and black people. So in these cases, intersectionality can be a useful tool. So like I said, intersectionality is the belief that oppressions are interlinked and cannot be solved alone. Intersectional analysis aims to reveal the multiple identities that the different types of discrimination and the disadvantages that occur because of the combinations of these identities. Intersectionality allows us to see that those groups that are discriminated, like the woman, the LGBT, and other minority groups, are not just self-interest groups promoting on its own interest, but instead fundamental to achieving the promise of human rights for all. So my next topic is gender discrimination. Gender discrimination has different kinds. It could be in occupation, although you are very fortunate that in your company there are women in your executive team, so hindi masyadong yung discrimination sa babae dito sa inyo. Pero there are some companies wherein women have less facilities to get access to a job with higher responsibilities, para they prefer men. Plus, discrimination at birth. Mostly in Asian countries, especially in China, the gender of the child is very important. They like male, diba? More than female children, So, next is discrimination between boys and girls at school. So, since they prefer male, so yun lang yung sinesend nila sa school. Tapos yung mga anak nila na babae, so yun yung hindi napapag-aralan. Lastly, sexual violence. So, other sexual violence is sexual harassment, exhibitionism, sexual assault, groping, touching, and rape. So, I'll discuss na lang the sexual assault and sexual harassment. So, sexual violence is an umbrella term used to describe any sexual act that is committed against someone's will. Sexual harassment could be mimicking someone in a harmful way, making suggestive gestures with hands or body, staring suggestively and or making suggestive facial expressions, sexual drawings, touching, pinching, wedgies, brushing up against someone, being forced to kiss, hug, etc. Sexual or dirty jokes, notes and jokes, sexual name calling, making suggestive or sexual remarks about someone's body, spreading sexual rumors, calling someone gay or lesbian as an insult, talking about your sexual activity in front of others. So, to wrap this up, I'd like to show, this is an image from my portal, from UPOU. This is how we define sexual harassment. So it is unwanted, unwelcome, uninvited behavior of sexual nature or inappropriate sexual advances or offensive remark about a person's sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you learned something from my learning session. And I have 3 minutes to answer any questions regarding the topics. Do you have any question? Okay.
Next question. Under dun sa gender discrimination, sa sexual harassment, kapag halimbawa sinabihan ko isang tao na bakla, is it considered as sexual harassment?
Kagaya nung nakalagay sa sexual harassment, basta unwanted and unwelcome, kahit anong brand na sasabihin dun sa tao, since ayaw niya and unwelcome sa kanya, it can be considered as sexual harassment already. So pero siguro kung biruan nyo, oy girl, ganyan, at sa kanya naman ay accepted niya na
May consent niya.
may consent na, so it's not sexual harassment. So parang ang sexual harassment depends on the person, ano. Kapag so anything na ayaw nyo is considered as sexual harassment. Kahit parang petty ba or hindi petty, parang yun ang word natin ano sa sexual harassment, kasi yung iba they can say na pang petty mo naman, yun lang, pero ayaw niya eh. No means no, di ba? So yun yun lang ba?
Ang continuation dun sa naging tanong niya, pwede bang tawagin sexual harassment since yung tao is hindi pa naman siya umaamin sa sarili niya, pero based dun sa kilos niya, the way siya magdamit, kung ano man, tawagin siyang bakla. Sexual harassment pa rin ba?
Sa tingin ko, tsaka bukod sa sexual harassment, napaka-offensive yun. Kasi, nung diniscuss natin, di ba, na isa sa mga ina-identify is dun sa dun sa gender expressions, na bawat tao may kanya-kanyang paano niya i-demonstrate yung gender niya. Kasi pwedeng siya ay effeminate, pero sa loob niya, siya ay male person. Tapos, pwede rin naman na siya ay hindi nga male, pero kung ayaw niya naman, so unwanted pa rin. So that is sexual harassment already. So wala na tayong question. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope you learned something from my learning session.